Sound check. That's a good one. Mhm. So today, hey Ed, so what is this stream about? This stream is very different from the anime stream, dog. It's just going to be straight out workouts, This is a workout stream. Or just working out and doing a bit of exercises, different types of exercises. Because why not? You feel me? Now this phone is glitching. What the fuck? Okay, we have sound. We have sound, so let me find a bit of motivation from someone. Hey, we're back, Etsu. We're back, G. Yeah, we're back. So,
why do you want to work out? What is your goal?
Yeah. We are going to do this one.
The most important thing is that
this is a very important
that you have a goal. Because without that vision and the goal, again, you're drifting around and you're never going to end up anywhere. People don't become successful
put in some work
just by accident. Maybe the guy that found gold in California and started the gold rush, but don't count on that. That's a one in a lifetime kind of a thing. To have that Mr. Universe.
I'm gonna try
they don't want to be the greatest builder of all time. Because that was a great vision, and that specifically to look like Reg Parker, to be up there on that stage and to lift the trophy overhead and to win the championship over and over and over again. So that was a great goal. You have to have a goal. Now, it doesn't have to be that specific goal, but it has to have some goal. This is why I always recommend to people, sit down, take your time, and start thinking about why do you want to work out? What is your goal? And it can be as crazy as it is. It could be, I want to impress girls. If that's your goal, so be it. But it motivates you. It could be that you're emulating a certain, bodybuilder or a certain football player, boxer, whatever it is. Have those pictures put all over the wall like I did when I was a kid. I put pictures of Reg Park and of Sonny Liston, of boxers and of Ali and of powerlifters and weightlifters all over my bedroom, wall. So that every day when I go to sleep, every day when I wake up, I look at those pictures and they motivate me. You need that motivation, and then therefore you have this kind of imprint in front of you all the time, and you know exactly what you're chasing.
Meditation is really hard.
People always talk about this is why then you're working out 5 hours a day. You're doing the same as the other guys, but the other guys have a sour face. They're pissed off that they have to do another rep or another set or something. I look forward to
we got Freddy meditation before.
I look forward to another 500 pounds of leg press.
We're going to put in some serious work too.
Girls until my arms fall off. Why? Because I knew that every rep that I did, and every set that I did, and more weights that I lifted, I get one step closer to turning that vision into reality. So I was turned on by that. I was excited. I couldn't wait to get to the gym. I remember that when I weighed 245 pounds, and Bob Raferson, the director of Stay Hungry, said to me that I'm interested in having you come in for a reading and
this is pretty hard.
You notice because I'm interested in having you in a movie to start with Jeff Bridges and with Sally Fields.
This is harder than I
expected. I was excited. I started pumping up one more, and then he said, "But
it ain't easy.
Weigh more than 210 pounds." he wants me to be the movie, but I'm weighing 245 to 46. I say, I just won the Olympia, I say, which was 1974. And I was really at my biggest. And but he demanded that. And he says, look, it's very simple. On the day we start shooting, he says, I'm going to put you on the scale. And if you don't make the 210, you're out. Because I have someone else in mind. And I worked on it as visualizing myself very clearly as a lean athlete. Because that's the only way I could lose that weight and all of a sudden get interested in running more. Because up until that point, I ran like 3 miles after training or before training or whatever. But now all of a sudden it was 5 miles, 6 miles, 7 miles, 8 miles. And they even ran mini marathons in order to lose. I did everything with high reps. I was watching my diet, what I eat, and all those kind of things. And but the day before, I remember we were in Birmingham, Alabama. The day before I was at the YMCA with Bob Raferson. He was swimming and I was working out and I was running. There was a track there that was running. He says, let's step on the scale. And I stepped on the scale and I weighed 209. So it shows you what is possible if you visualize exactly what you want to look like.
This is a medal we won at the Icon series. I think it's a great
Not
idea
an
to
ad.
get the icons of sport to play each other. So this was the rugby one.
They are really undermining
the
my
Southern Hemisphere rugby boys played against the Northern Hemisphere rugby.
disturbing
for any kind of like, well, I can get my act together or anything like this. There's only a certain amount of time. But the key thing again is have the clear vision. Have the specific goal of what you want to accomplish, because then you never go to the gym and just say, today I feel down a little bit. I don't know what it is all about. I don't know my life. I'm confused. No, I tell you that I was a perfect example of someone that was not confident at all. I mean, when I was a kid, I was just like any other kid. I had hang-ups and problems and all this. But when I joined the weightlifting club and I won my first little trophy because I did the best clean and jerk, and then we went to another meet and I won another little trophy, I started feeling like somebody. But the bottom line is, everyone can use the same method because I used it in politics, I used it in making money, I used it in everything that I've done in the movie business. When you have one little victory, little victories add up, and that gives you ultimately confidence. Well, for me, the most important thing always is to have a deadline. So when competition, and let's say the competition was in the middle of September, and it was now beginning of summer. So there was no more time to screw around. So there was the time now to get going on the diet, to get going with the training, to not slack off at all because there was a deadline there. The day of the competition, I had to be in the best shape possible. And I knew that if I come to the competition and I lose because I did not schedule my training the proper way, or I didn't have the right frame of mind, or I didn't give everything, literally worked my butt off, I would be just so angry. So I never wanted to be in that situation. So this is why it was very important to pick that time and to say, this is have to be in top shape, and then to work towards that. But it's not just with the competition. I mean, it's the same in the movie business. I mean, to me, it was always a big advantage when I said, okay, my movie starts on April 1, and I have now 3 months, so I have to get really in great shape. So you pick those times. It could also be that you have no movie and you have no Mr. Olympia or no Mr. America, no Mr. Universe coming up or any of those things. But you say to yourself, the summer starts in June. I'm going to go to the beach in June, and at that time, I want to be in great shape. So that creates an urgency. That makes you really start training hard and taking it seriously. Because if you don't have a specific plan, then you wander around. I mean, you can have, as I've told you many times, the best ship or the best plane in the world. But if you don't have a specific goal where you want to go and when you want to get there, you just drift around and you never get anywhere. So this is why it is so important to create that urgency at a specific time when you will check. Well, I mean, look, everyone has a problem with time, but the day is 24 hours and we sleep 6. Now, I know there's some out there that say, whoa, 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 whoa.
Never give up.
Well, I say just sleep a little faster.
Never give
Because the bottom line is we have 6 hours of sleep, 20 hours are available, so you have 18 hours now available to do your work, your family, your hobbies, and also to learn something new or to do something new, which could easily be that you want to learn a new language or that you want to read as a new solution.
Make sure that it is not about me, that it is about we. Turn the me into we. And I guarantee you that you can change the world. None of us can make it alone. None of us. Not even the guy that is talking to you right now. I know I wouldn't be here without my parents, creating me, nurturing me.
Trust me, guys.
Later on, there were the teachers.
Hello, Tariq the King.
And then there were the mentors.
I wasn't
the
resting at
coaches.
all. Grind was keeping on going. Even though the internet lags, we keep on grinding.
My father was there helping me in sports, coaching us in soccer, and in the winter skiing. My father taught me about discipline and my love and appreciation for sports. And gave me my first great advice by saying, whatever you do, Arnold, be useful. If I wouldn't have met a lifeguard at the lake where I grew up, and some bodybuilders that introduced me to weight training and they taught me the first chin-up on the branch of a tree by that lake, and that eventually introduced me also to weightlifting clubs locally, where the coaches taught me about powerlifting and weightlifting and bodybuilding.
How are you, Tariq?
And they
Join in, buddy.
They pushed me. And then eventually I saw a magazine with Reg Park on the cover. It said, Mr. Universe becomes Hercules. There was Red Park in a Hercules pose on the cover. I bought that magazine.
What's bro doing? Working out, bro.
Cover.
Working out.
And let me tell you something. I read exactly how he trained 5 hours a day, how he became a champion, Mr. Universe 3 times, and how he went to America. And then he was discovered in the movies, Hercules movies. Well, when I read that, I found my vision. Let me tell you, the most important thing in life is to have vision, to know exactly where you're going. I found my vision. That magazine Spark gave me my blueprint for my life. And 5 years later, after training 5 hours a day, just like him and doing his exercises, he became the youngest Mr. Universe ever. The reason why I want you to understand that is because
it's how you can't catch this smoke, bro.
Then you also understand that now is time to help others. That's what this is all about.
Only Banky can stop
others.
me now.
Don't just think about yourself.
Bring me Banky Hanma. I want Banky Hanma right here.
Tear down this mirror. Tear down this mirror that makes you always look at yourself. And you will be able to look beyond this mirror and see the millions of people that need your help. And let me tell you something, when I heard that, it all made sense to me. That we have to go out and help. Because I decided not to listen to the naysayers, and because I decided to work as hard as I did in bodybuilding, it's a myth. Now, I know you're going to say, look, we have read so many stories about you, and we saw documentaries where they talk about that you are the model of the American dream, and that you are the perfect example of the self-made man. Well, let me tell you, I have seen and heard and read those stories myself. I enjoy reading them, but the fact I never considered myself a failure. I always considered myself a winner, even though I fell every so often. But I always got up and I always moved forward. This is the important thing. I never had any patience, of course, for thinking small. If you do something, then go all out and do it well. This was not just the case in bodybuilding. I didn't just want to be a bodybuilding champion. I wanted to be the greatest bodybuilder of all times. I wanted to win the most trophies, the most world championship titles of all times. I wanted to win the most trophies, the most world championship titles of all times. I wanted to win the most trophies, the most world championship titles.
There will be a Bellingham stream soon. There will be a Bellingham stream soon, don't worry. We'll have one, don't worry. Soon. There will be a Bellingham stream soon. Don't worry. Hello, Game Pro Blocks. Don't worry. Soon there will be a Bellingham stream soon. Don't worry. Hello, Game Pro Blocks.
Trophies, the most world championship titles. I just
There will be doing a World Cup.
The same is also in movies.
A World Cup stream very soon.
Movies. No,
but now we are doing
I wanted to have a
really hard work.
I wanted to become
Who are you? I'm Freddy Live.
I basically wanted to be another John Wayne. What's wrong with that?
Game Blocks. Game for Blocks. Thank you, Game. It's just that I don't have a katana right now. This was a katana. A Wado Ichimanju.
Wherever I go, people ask me all the time, what is the secret to success? I think I can give you the long version here. The long version is that I actually always
Who is to disturb me now?
Everything that I did, I always used those 5 rules, and those 5 rules helped me to become successful in various different areas. And
Thank you very much, darling.
Those rules can be applied to almost anyone and everyone. You don't need to be a bodybuilding champion. You don't need to want to be a governor of California or to be an action hero or anything like that. If you want to excel in whatever you do, those rules are for you. It's that simple. I think that we all here like to be successful and we are driven. So that's why those rules apply to you. So my first rule is find your vision and follow it. You see, I think it's the most important thing that we have a very clear vision of where we go, a goal, where do we go? Because you can have the best
soul is from
ship
Morocco.
in the world.
I'm
You can
from
have
the
best
southern
cruise liner,
south
but
of
if the
Africa.
captain does not know where to go,
I am from
that ship will
south.
drift around the world out there.
From Africa.
Will never end up anywhere. This is exactly the way it is in real life. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a vision, you just drift around. You're not going to be happy. This is why it is so important to have that vision. Now, I created that vision in Austria because I grew up after the Second World War. The problem was that everyone was so depressed because they lost the war, that there was alcoholism everywhere. There was, of course, depression. There was terrible economic situation. There was famine. There was starvation and all those things. And also, it was kind of a little place, narrow. I felt I wanted to get out of there. I wanted to escape. And I couldn't see how really to work there and to stay there, to work in a factory, or to work on a farm, or to even to follow my father's footsteps
in Morocco
to become a police
French.
officer. I couldn't see that either. As a matter of fact, that's what my parents wanted me to do.
So is it
But
French
that's
one way?
what I saw. This was the
Or
vision
it's
of my
French and
parents, not
English?
mine. And luckily, one day in school, I watched a
Because
documentary about America, and I found myself. I knew exactly that.
we in
where
English
I
we
wanted
continue
end
to
up.
get
I
shamed.
wanted to be in
But
America. Everything that I saw in the
my mom is
documentary, I
French,
just
so I
loved.
don't know
Everything
much.
was so big. I remember
But I know
the tall skyscrapers, the
a little
monstrous bridges, the giant
Por
freeways
favor,
filled
senor.
with beautiful cars, the
Por
huge jet
favor.
liners, movies, Muscle Beach, and all
those things. I could not wait to get there. The question was just, how do I get there? How do I get to America? I mean, this was not a common thing to do way back in the 50s. No one had the money to travel or anything. But one day I was fortunate enough to see a magazine. And that magazine showed me the path to America. And it was a body magazine. And on the cover was this very muscular guy that was standing there like Hercules with a Hercules outfit. His name was
With one
Reg
hand.
Park. This Reg Park was
One
on the
hand.
cover, and I remember the cover said, Mr. Universe becomes Hercules star. I read the article as fast as I could, learning about how he grew up in Leeds in England, poor, and how he trained 5 hours a day, every single day, and trained and trained and trained and lifted weights, and then he finally became Mr. Great Britain. And then he became Mr. Universe. Then he won a second Mr. Universe title and a third Mr. Universe title.
Game Flux is a Blue Lock fan. Welcome home,
doing
buddy.
Hercules movies. And yeah, he made
Welcome.
millions of dollars, and this
Oh.
money he took. He bought himself a gymnasium chain in South Africa. And as I read, I became more and more certain about my own future. I was so excited, so interested, I knew exactly that I wanted to become another Reg Park. I know he laid out the blueprint for my life, basically. I could see myself, I could visualize myself clearly. And then become rich and famous. I had that vision very clearly laid out. I was so happy that I knew exactly where I was going.
Will Isagi get cooked by France 7
No matter
nil?
how hard I had to work or how much I had to struggle, it didn't matter. It was a one.
Game blocks, wait a second. Wait a second. Did you just say Isagi will get cooked 7 nil? Let me fix this. Did bro just say they're getting cooked 7 nil? That's hard to believe than me. You know? Who would score 7 goals? Loki alone. It's hard to believe. I would damn sure break his legs. Not 7 nil. It can't be. Do you believe in France that much? Do you believe in France? I don't know, bro. 5-2. Woo. 5-2. That is quite a score. You know? I don't know where Isagi, Rin, and Baru and Shiro and Bachira will be in that time. Because I trust the egoists. And Loki, I do want Loki to lose. Loki definitely has to lose this game. We are putting Loki on fraud watch. Fraud watch. You know. No ways. No ways. Who is your favorite player in Blue Lock? Ed Soul goes with Sai. Mine is Loki and Corona. Corona is quite a goat, so I don't want that. Corona fits the goat status, but I preferably go with Ryo Mikage, the man who can make everything happen. You know, the copycat for me is quite the number one in Blue Lock. This turned into a Blue Lock. It's the 7 nil prediction. That caught me off guard. I almost fainted. I don't wanna lie. That prediction was quite rough. It was quite rough. But let me calm down. Let me get back down. Nigeria will be a draw. The Nigeria game has just started and the predictions are already wild. Nigeria versus Blue. But do you think, guys, it was okay to change Blue into Do you think it was okay to change Blue into what you call into Japan or Japan into Blue? Rio Big Bang Drive is a super cool. I think Rio will pull off the Nagi super goals. I think most of the goals that Rio will produce will be Nagi's play style. And that would be very hard for Nagi to watch. You know. But quite a fantastic day. Put in the work. That was a good exercise though. You know. In life you have to work hard. And you have to work out, you know. You gotta work out. Kuso is the cam cool guy from Nigeria. The one with glasses. Yukimia from Tim. Something like that. So now bro, I know you're Tariq. I know you're Tariq. How sure are you that this is Tariq? Just from the conversation or something like that. Did Tariq also pull up a backup account? Maybe not. But you guys, drop your top 10 favorite anime. Let's see what your top 10 favorite anime are. Because One Piece for me is peaking. Boruto is also there, but Boruto is a bit slow. After each and every 30 days, it's quite difficult. It is, Tariq. Wow, it will be quite a very good judge of character. Doc. How did you pull that off? How the fuck was that? Where did I put my head? Nansi ngonyama bakithi Nansi ngonyama bakithi ba. Easy, easy. So you guys have completely hijacked the stream into a block stream. I was trying to fight my demons, but it seems like they won this rap. You know, I really tried to put a fight, but Tariq pulled up a slick trick that's not even funny from Tariq. That's not even funny. But thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Go to channel. You know, we are visiting Tariq's channel right now. Stalking mode activated. French and US Texas. Where are you from? US Texas. Oh, these ones are the old ones. These ones are the old text. But yeah, boys. I was like, what the fuck? From 100 to 98, just like that. Yeah, it's always like that. You know? We always lose a number of people and then we have to get more. You know? My friend's gonna sub to you. I'm born in French and Nigeria. So where do you stay, Tariq? Since you know that this is Tariq, this is not game blocks or something like that. That's Tariq. So what do you stay in Paris, in the city of love? Does something like that even exist nowadays? But people are happily married and in relationships. Things are going well for them. It's just me who's jealous. So one in France and Nigeria. So those are the two best picks for the winners of the World Cup, the U20 World Cup. That must be quite tough situation. If they both lose, Nigeria and France, Tariq is dead. Tariq is low key good. Tariq is low key good. Besides, look, guys, like interesting developments in One Piece. I don't know how many of you are locked in on One Piece. I don't know how many of you are. He's already subbed WG. I don't know. Mohammed Hassan. You know, just dropped a sub on. Now it became a Blue Lock stream. Should we just change the title, something like that? But we've been in Blue Lock, guys. Like One Piece has some interesting developments. How many of you are locked in on One Piece? Let's see on the chat if people are on One Piece. Let's see if people are on One Piece. But no, not everyone is a One Piece fan, because One Piece is quite long too. It's quite long. To be caught up on One Piece is insanity. You need a job when you're caught up on One Piece. Yeah, so that more people will join. Okay, let us change the title of the stream. Let me edit the stream. But Loki, I don't wanna lie, Blue Lock has transcended my expectations from the beginning of the manga. I thought we would be done by now, but it seems like we have serious things to see on Blue Lock. Serious character development from everybody in the Blue Lock lineup. Blue Lock fan predictions. What the heck? Let me try to okay in the chat right here. Like I've really fucked up my keyboard for sure. Blue Lock fan. Discussion is quite a very big word. I'll just say debate. Game of Fortune, welcome back, G. How are you? Blue Lock fan debate. Let's get back to it. Like I really have to change even the description, hashtags, all that shit. It's quite a lot of work. I don't know. Serious work. Let us change. Now this is Tarek again. What the fuck, Tarek? How many accounts do you have, bro? Tarek be spamming the chat. And so do you have a true caller or something like that? Do you have a way to track down things? Because You see things we cannot see, man, you know? You're using meta vision right now. This nigga is just using meta vision on all of us. We all just got metagated. So many. How do you keep track of all those accounts, bro? How do you keep track of all those accounts? Because I can't even keep track of one account. You know, I lose the password 10 times a week. Tariq, you the goat. Tariq is a goat, Jack. I don't know. And I'm sure he's posting content in each and every channel. This nigga is posting content in each and every channel. The one he's doing. But yesterday we did a Isagi debate, you know. So let's talk about the top five of Blue Lock, like the top five of Blue Lock, because when you think of the top five, Tariq again. So it's been Tariq the whole time. So 100 of all my subscribers is just Tariq, Oratilo, and Edson. So we don't even trust anyone popping in the stream anymore. We don't trust you no more. For us to know that it's a new person, you need to drop a subscription. This nigga just pulled a ultimate. What's this? A shadow tone jutsu. Nothing much. We were just about to discuss the block top five, you know, and just check which players. Quran, are you Tariq? Are you Tariq? I told you, bro. The fuck is going on with this? Tariq is becoming anti-spiral right now. Low key, I wanna lie. So why do you have so many accounts? Like, let's start there. Maybe we're asking the wrong questions, but why? Yeah, I want to see this channel because I remember you said this is the channel that has 12k followers, something like that, 12k subs. Like, do you create these channels so that you can follow yourself, or is there I don't know, bro, bro. So do you stream? Are you a stream? What the fuck? And it's 11k subscribers. It's 11.9 subscribers. Allah is the greatest. And this is just a religious one. Bro has 2.1 million views. You need to log in, bro. No copyrights, no anything. Did you get paid for that video? Did you get paid for that video? Nah, me too. Bros, you guys are from a very different religion from mine. But in South Africa, no religion is foreign to be specific. We have all ethnicities and 2 million views. Yeah. The U20 World Cup is French. France, do you mean in Bullock or in real life? But Bullock, if France gets this World Cup, I think Loki would be satisfied. The greatest talent to ever come out, of his generation. If Loki pulls this miracle, I'm sure he will be one of the best players to ever play football. Because while I was thinking about it, even Messi has a U20 World Cup. Messi won the U20 World Cup, even the Olympics. So getting as much trophies as is one of the ways to become the best players in any football world. So I'm not surprised seeing players like Igles Panic go to this U20 tournament. But yesterday, people were discussing the possibilities of Mbappe won the World Cup. That would be a very great parallel. That would be a very great parallel. But Mbappe World Cup, maybe hey, Adam. Mbappe won the World Cup in 2018. You know, so we have to see if France will make it to the final or something like that. Because I don't think we can predict anything in Blue Lock, especially in Blue Lock. We can put our bets up maybe in real life football. Guys, you know what? Are you Tariq? Are you Tariq? If you're Tariq, we expected that for sure. But how many Ed Soul, bruh? You guys will be satisfied. You'll be certified trolls for sure. Like, how does YouTube allow people to have so many channels? Like, what's this channel about? Enlighten us before we get there. Tell us if you have something we go balls deep. These guys are just trolling me. They're not even logged in the stream. Uh, with Tariq channels, I can hit 1K views right now. Uh, it's Tariq again. It is fucking Tariq again. Corona or Jean Kiora? I go with Kiora Jean, dog. Kiora Jean. Every day. Because even though Corona we've seen more feats from Corona than Corona. We've seen him play more times than Jean, but Jean also put in some work, dog. That assist for Michael Kaiser wasn't something you can take light. It was special, dog. You know. What Corona did, or what Kiora is it? Yeah, it's Kiora. Kiora did something special. But I know the Shark Boy is also cool too. The Shark Boy is also cool too. But one thing about Kiora Chin is that he didn't choose to be anyone's lapdog to survive. Ed is finally back with maybe he's spending 2 accounts right now. Possibly. But one thing about Corona is that he survived with Isagi. We are yet to see the boy play individually. I would like to see Corona playing with Baru or Shido without Isagi. I think we need to see that from him. That's the only way he can prove himself because him with Isagi, we understand that they are dope, they are overpowered. The planetary hotline was dope. I don't wanna lie. And I really want to see how the planetary hotline will be when the whole team is hopping along to help Isagi. goat edits. How are you, Chi? How are you, Chi? But saying how are you is very risky because it might be Tariq again. It might be Tariq again. Isagi fanboys, Kiora Corona Hio. I think everyone is a Isagi fanboy right now. Everyone is a Isagi fanboy. No one will admit the fact that they are Isagi fanboys, but Edso, knew it. Hey, yo, Oratire G, what up? What up, G? But what role do you think Zantetsu will play in this block team? Because Zantetsu surely is one of the greatest players around we've ever seen in block, you know. As dumb as Zantetsu is, he survived at all costs. Zantetsu pulled through, dog. Easy, what's going on, chat? The chat is busy trolling me, dog. They are spamming different accounts. These guys have multi-shaded own tutorials of accounts, and each and every one of them post content. You know, I don't understand posting content in 10 channels. That takes serious content. Ooh, this Rio cover is insane. That Rio cover is insane. Nah, yeah, nah. Yes, I am. Like, Blue Lock is entering one of the greatest arcs without a doubt, especially for any sports shonen to the level of Blue Lock, because I've never seen a sports shonen receive much attention as Blue Lock. You know, Aoi Ashito maybe was in the same caliber and the same level, but Blue Lock gets insane amounts of views, millions and millions of views. And I've seen Crunchyroll has adapted Blue Lock. Crunchyroll has adapted Blue Lock, which is quite a good development, you know, because we really need two-way animation and Crunchyroll when it comes to Blue Lock. I think we also deserve clean animation when it comes to Blue Lock, but the one against the U20 was tough. You know, there were certain moments that were tough, especially the goals. You know, when you look at the goals of the U20 versus Blue Lock, the goals were quite fired. And my favorite goal of them all was it was Nagi's goal. Baru Oshido. Baru is my pick. I will go with Baru. Blue Lock's anime needs a season two. Season two was a disgrace. Yeah, bro. Season two they tried to cut the budget a lot. Dog. In season two they cut the. Have you watched the Arrow Assassin vid? No, not yet. Maybe it hasn't popped up in my FYP. But season two was quite bad, but it showed good development, especially when you look at Itoshi Sai versus Rin, you know. That animation was clean. That animation was clean for sure. And other goals were exaggerated. I don't want to lie. Like the Baru goal was ruined. We didn't need to put in that much animation. You know. I think a lion would have done a. You can react to it, Freddy. Let me try. Let me try to react to it. It's just that I'm tired after that workout. That workout was quite a lot. It was demanding. Yeah, that workout was quite demanding. I really need a massage after that, you know. But what's the anime? Aerial Assassin. Sorry. Oh, is it Edso? Edso anime. The boy is streaming Roblox. Big Drive, Sanji edits, Bachirameguru edits. Where is that video? The last video he did. Who? Go? Huh? Why not mention son? I don't have me. Like you guys lost me a decade ago. But Arrow Assassin video. Who did that one? Because there's a video I saw where it was a blue lock edit. Can do a outside stream. An outside stream will be very demanding though, because it needs very good Wi-Fi. But Ed Soul is live streaming right now. What the fuck? The boy does like the boy does Roblox game streams. This is quite dope. When did you start gaming, Doug? Did you just do YouTube live or Twitch or something like that? Do you multi-stream or you using? This seems like it's a Discord. We also have a Discord channel. Don't look at that. Don't look at it, my stream. I'm talking French. Nah, it's cool, Doug. It's cool, Doug. I just wanted to see the game. I just wanted to see the game. But besides that, who was it yesterday that was having? Why did I post it? Nah, bro. Like, why not? You really, really did a good job there. You know, if you can stream, you need to stream, Doug. You need to stream. You really need to do it. You're only missing a webcam right now. If you can get a webcam, you can just do full-blown streams, unlike me, who is just I'm quite a messed up. Like, I can't even do anything on this PC. I can't do none on this PC. I go up my Pokebear Corona. Okay, why is Corona a Pokebear first? Why is Corona a Pokebear first? I have webcam, just I don't want to show my face. You can pull a mask, dog, You can do your streams with a face mask. Have you read the latest chapter of One Piece? I mean the scans. Yes, but finally someone who came to save me. Dog, the One Piece scans were finally dropped, and I don't wanna lie. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with Oda, Oda is in a mission to make One Piece great again. That's what's happening. Like, because when you look at Luffy and the resemblance that he has to both Roger and Gap, it's just Gun Piece. Like, this chapter was dope. We saw the Roger pirates. We saw clashes of Gap and and Roger. Like we actually saw the Pirate King get dropped. Though. Like for the first time in my life, I saw Gold T Roger powerless. One piece of Blue Lock, one piece by far one piece. Dog. It's not about anything with. It's just the comedy, dog. I really think that another named attack from Roger. I didn't see the named attack. Dog. I don't know. But let me go check it out. But Roger did get punked this chapter. You know, if you were hating on Sanji, if you were hating on Sanji, what are you saying now, Rodrigo? Like after you saw what happened to Gold D Roger, what do you have to say now about Sanji? You know, because as far as we are concerned, Roger has the same throw too, dog. Look at my name, dog. Freak Tariq. Like, is Tariq changing his usernames? But you're not allowed to change your username that much. This was a special occasion. Prime Shaky gets a pass. No, dog, he doesn't get a pass. We are putting Roger on the on the on the on the stage right now. Dog. He was like, hurry up and leave. Oh, he was like, hurry up then so that we can leave. Imagine. Roger admitted defeat, dog, for the first time in our lives. Prime Shake is too overpowered. I don't wanna lie. I think she might end the war the same way Shanks did. You know, like this is insane, dog. Bro, seeing Roger like this is quite a meme, dog. Like Roger has like hearts in his eyes, dog. Like what the fuck? Look, hear what Roger is saying. Damn, I like Shikuyaku too much. What the fuck? Like she had Roger powerless. You know, seeing the Pirate King like this is quite insane. And then after that, no, but for real, literally, the captain of the Kuja, Soriosa, was there. At her, Sanji would have died in that situation for sure. For sure, dog. You know, Sanji would have passed out. Maybe Sanji could have gotten kicked too, like Copacabana. Because this was a very memeful this was a meme this was a meme chapter for Oda, you know. Like this was a very good chapter because the first time maybe in the God Valley incident, like Gap was like, I'm not fucking going to God Valley. And they were like, but Roger is going there, and he was like, next time step with that motherfucker. Crew, we are going there, you know. And then next thing Gap is there. And now Roger is like, they tell Roger that the Marines are coming, and Roger is like, you know what, guys? Let us get out of here. Let's run away. And then he hears that it's Cap. And then the nigga is like, no ways, I'm not running away from Cap. The nigga was like, I'm not running away from Cap. Episode is on chapter 1124. So are you at the start of Elbaf or the end of Egghead Island? Now, bro, now it's a One Piece stream. Yeah, dog. Oratile saved me from Prologue. I don't know, but we're gonna cut back to Prologue in a moment. Don't stress. Don't you stress. But One Piece is finally great again. Everything is in place for the final. Yeah, in the end of Egghead, dog. That's one of the Egghead was one of the best. When Roger and Cap clashed, my bad, it's you know when Roger's named attack. Let me look at it. Let me look at it because I'm quite there already. I didn't see the name attack, you know, because maybe I was too much. I hear him just saying rocks, gap only. You know? That's the only thing I see. And the narrator's box, I didn't see any name that's like, oh, Mitiria Feast, Ari Mi Ama. Oh. You see, this is what I was saying that Shanks is not a swordsman. You know, this is proof that Roger was not a swordsman to birth. If Roger doesn't have his swords in his hand, he will also punch you. And it's quite interesting to see. Oh, this was a slash. This was a slash. I thought it was a punch. But bro, these guys are insane, dog. And here, Roger looks like Ace, dog. Like this chapter was too much. Roger still has the straw hat on. Mohammed Tariq, 89 followers. What's your name on TikTok? My name on TikTok is still Freddy Live. I go by the name. I go by the same. He looks like Ace and Shanks. Yeah. But it makes sense that Shanks would keep the same appearance as his captain. Like seeing the fact that Shanks could have grown hair like Garling, or not Garling, but his brother. Who is this Shamrock? A Shem of One Piece. But Loki, I'm waiting for the official translation for One Piece. Then we're going to do the reactions for One Piece. 580 followers. Who has 580 followers right now? Is it Tariq? Oh, on TikTok, yeah, I'm on 580. Anyways, back to Blog. What are you guys thinking about? On Blog, we're just discussing the team in Blog, because the chance we're just comparing who to pick against guys like Corona and Kiorachin. You know, what kind of character do you want? And maybe who do you choose when it comes to Corona and what what kind of character do you want? And maybe who do you choose when it comes to Corona and Kiora? Kuso or Belo or Onazi? I don't wanna lie, Belo looks like he's gonna be a vibe. I don't wanna, if there will be anyone who will give Blog a problem, I think Belo will be Gagamaru or Fukaku Gen. Is that a question, dog? Is that even a serious question? Because that's trolling. That's trolling for sure. It's been said that Gagamaru is the GOAT for a very long time. But Gagamaru, if he keeps on like this, he might get injured. I don't wanna lie. It will get tougher and tougher for the boy Gagamaru. He will meet different types of strikers. For me, it's Fukaku. He's got so much. Oh, uh, like I won't lie, Fukaku is not underrated. Fukaku is a decent goalkeeper. I don't wanna lie. I don't wanna lie. Miguel too. But do you think there will be a new gen goalkeeper that will show up? Do you guys think that we'll see a new gen goalkeeper? Mikeo Shizuki. Who is that? I don't know Mikeo Shizuki. I don't wanna lie. I don't wanna lie. But there are definitely a lot of characters I'm missing on Blue Lock. I don't wanna lie. I miss a lot of players, especially from the Japan national team. Japan versus Nigeria will be 2-2. That will be a very decent start, but I don't think that will be enough for the opening game. The opening game needs to be thrilling, needs to be exciting, And then Japan versus 5-2. So if maybe the tournament goes the way Mohammed is saying, maybe the first game is a draw, and then the final game, Japan loses. So do you understand that in that situation, it depends whether England and France draw or win. That's a risky result for Blue Lock. 4 points is not something you can settle with or settle for when it comes to qualifications, especially World Cup qualifications. Like, I really, really think that that kind of result won't cut for Blue Lock at all, at all. So they might need at least 2 wins for them to guarantee victory, or maybe 1 win and 2 draws. And that way, they are surely going to the next stage of the tournament. But anything is possible, dog. So that's why you must fight for the maximum points. So if Japan ends up with that type of numbers, we are cool. There will be a new gen goalkeeper for Italy in round of 16. Lorenzo and a goalkeeper who is a new gen. That's a very serious lineup. I'd lie. That would be dope. Like, because the only problem with Italy Ubers was that they didn't have a clutch goalkeeper. If Italy Ubers had a clutch goalkeeper who could stop serious attacks from Michael Kaiser, I think that could have been a different story. But do you think goalkeepers can stop the Kaiser impact, especially Kagamaru? Let's say Kagamaru versus the Kaiser impact. 3-0 win Nigeria's 2 draws, 1 loss. 3 no. England 0 wins, 0 draws, 3 losses. I don't think England will go out like that. There is no way that England goes out of this tournament without resistance. If we are going to say resistance, it will come from England. And if there's a team that will drive Block to evolution, I think it will be England. So a England draw is better than a Nigerian draw. I know as an African that is a very sad result, but the African team doesn't look built for this game. Even I as a South African, I'm disappointed. I don't wanna lie. And I know for sure that my country won't be shown in this U20 tournament. England draw against France. No ways. Maybe, yes, if they have new gen players, but I'm sure that England has a new gen player for sure. England is capable of having new gen players because England is one of the countries where Africans travel to the most. A draw at least against Nigeria. If you draw against Nigeria, then you have to win following Marouane. Adam, Chris, Ag. Chris Prince won't be in the U20 World Cup, but Agi might be there, or Agi is there for sure. So with Agi there, I don't wanna lie. It gives, but it's just a question of will Agi qualify for the for the selection, because after all, even the top countries they do run a selection. At the end of the day, the top countries run a selection. Even Chris, who is this boy? Charles. We are not sure if Charles made the cut for France, but if Charles is selected, I will be surprised because I am hoping that France has better prodigies when it comes to the midfield position. You guys are taking all the usernames. Like, you really are using our usernames on, on this channel. You guys are taking all of them, like all of the usernames, because acquiring a username in TikTok or YouTube is quite hard. was quite hard. But there are a lot of. I changed my profile picture. Is that Isagi or something? Is that Isagi? Adam. So interesting things with Hiyori, especially. I'm quite surprised with the type of responsibility that Hiyori was given by Ego. I know that Hiyori has pulled not one assist but two, but it was quite a very, very steep role given to Hiyori. But there were moments in Blue Lock where it's Sai. Oh, there were moments in Blue Lock whereby Hiyori was compared to Sai. They were like, Hiyori's dribbling is the same as Sai's. His passes are pinpoint and accurate as Sai. Things like that. But it was just Hiyori days when it comes to, yeah, it was the Blue Lock versus Japan twins. So we got a lot of Hiyori plays, and the boy came 4 blocks. Rick is with Green as a profile picture. For sure. For sure. I changed to Daddy Rin, to the bastard kid, to the prodigy. But I really want to see what Hiyori will learn from Sai Itoshi, because as much as Hiyori is playing a fullback role, it's not the first time we've seen Ego deploy Hiyori to such a position. It's definitely not the first time. So I really want to see Hiyori cook something. This bro has me as his Freddy to his profile pic. That's insane. That is quite insane. You guys are clipping things right now. No! Oh my god. Don't do that, G. That's not fun, Tariq. Like, you guys are. I think my self esteem very deep right now. My self esteem is perishing. I'm perishing right now. I'm perishing. But do you think you guys that there will be a coach that will give Ego a hard time? Stop talking, Tariq, or I will change my profile picture. That's not Tariq for sure. That's just a pro. That's just a pro. What? A pro cricket player. That is a pro cricket player. But Onazi. Onazi, the man with all the glory right now in Nigeria. So do you think Onazi will be the reason why Nigeria wins or loses this game? Because low key, I don't wanna lie. Onazi seems to be he's going to have a bad time in this tournament. Onazi is going to have a bad, bad, bad fucking time. Say you might change my profile pic to you Game of Fortune YouTube channel. Bro, oh. Are you guys using your PCs right now or are you using something else? Adam is on a road, dog. Like, having chat troll you like this is something else. You guys are not serious at all. Bro, what is this stream? This stream is nothing because without you, you commenting about the stream is nothing. Man. I can yap and yap and yap at the end of the day, but I am yapping to you guys. At the end of the day, you guys are my core audience. So I'm just enjoying your trolling right now. I'm just surprised at the level of trolling you're capable of. This is next generation trolling. This is new gen trolling. Yeah. I don't know if this is even allowed in YouTube. Are you allowed to have different types of accounts? That's insane. I really need to have different accounts and post the same thing. Freddy the Goat. This nigga just changed. Oh shit. This nigga is just you just keep on coming, eh? You keep them coming. Like, Freddy the Goat is quite insane, man. I'm busy struggling for usernames and you pulled one out of your bag, dude. You just pulled a username out of your bag. You need to give me that username, dude. What is going on in the chat? Like the chat is trolling today. I'm shocked too. Like the chat is on some next level type of troll shit. And this matter started with Edsel. Edsel is in the middle of this incident. This is the Freddy Live incident. I'm shocked. I'm really shocked at how this guy is just going off course with the stream. What the heck? Like it's been how many minutes has it been? I've tried to ignore it, but I can't. Let me start from fresh. This is true. Okay, here they were locked in a bit, but then they went out of topic. It started with "Stop calling me Edsol, I'm Adam," and then after that, another account. Yeah, me too, and me. He's lagging, bro. I changed my profile pic. I changed to Daddy Rin to Freddy. Stop talking Tariko. Like this is insane, dog. This is insane. The chat has never done something like this. I wish my PC was good too. I would troll back. I would take you guys pictures and also, especially, I would take Adam's stream and post it on TikTok. I would take Adam's stream and post it on TikTok and then market it for Morocco and be like the best or the good streamer in 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 Morocco, which is Adam. But you guys, I really think that we should just chop the stream for now because I have to come back today. You know. This wasn't a prologue stream, of course, and Nigeria is not Arab. Nigeria is not Arab. Nigeria is not Arab at all. Nigeria is Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the worst places to be as a civilian, and the leaders in Nigeria are doing a bad job. Like it is a bad job for everyone in Africa. Dog. We can't have gas this expensive while we have Nigeria. Nigeria should be the gas powerhouse in Africa. But that's a different topic for a different day. But I really hope that we'll have another stream today because I'll need to keep my promise for the Jude Bellingham stream. The Jude Bellingham stream is coming. Onazi Okuso. Onazi, day in, day out. Onazi is the Ngonyama of this thing. When Onazi is here, Hakuna Matata. So I really want to see how far it will go, the fact that when Onazi is here, everything is fine. I'm really looking forward to an egoist like Onazi because if Onazi thinks he's a hero, he needs to know that there is Rin Itoshi. I know Isagi might be seen as a villain or something like that, but Rin Itoshi is a different man. Why a Jude Bellingham stream? Ah, come on, guys. Rate that guy. No, it's not just a Jude Bellingham stream, but it's a stream that will tackle England, because since we are going to the 2024 World Cup, there are a lot of problems that will be facing England. With players like Jude Bellingham, I don't know if Phil Foden will be back by the time of the World Cup or anything like that, but Jude Bellingham, it's Phil Foden, it's Cole Palmer, it's Declan Rice, it's a lot of players. So it will be a debate stream in who do you play? Because I am not I am not playing Jude Bellingham after the previous World Cup. The only reason why England didn't win the previous World Cup was because of Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham. I really think that Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane were too slow for the team in that time. It was like I was looking at trucks trying to play football. These niggas bebakekela sibali labantu bakekela cha bakekela fucked up. So kumele ngibone ukuthi ngihlanganisa isitream esinjani that time. Because looking at the type of players that England has, but it would be insane to play Bellingham while you have Cole Palmer and Phil Foden, especially Phil Foden. Phil Foden has won so much for Man City, and I think he can do it for England. So let me just prepare for the stream. And Sakato. I don't know about Sakato. I'll try to look at his edits before I just go in the stream. And do you think? But there are a lot of midfielders in England. Dog. Even Bukayo Saka is there. Dog, you know, Saka will be a very big contender in the midfield position because if they need a right winger, Saka is there. Bukayo Saka will be there. A lot of heavy hitters will be upcoming too because Maino, I think, if he's from England and playing in Manchester, he has potential too. Your Luke Shaw, I don't know if they will play with Luke Shaw again, but that guy is a really good defender. So we will be talking about the positions of England, and yeah, guys, thank you very much for showing up in the stream. Each and every stream is fire with you around. Is fire. Surely that code. I thought you would have changed that username by now. Why? Why? Tell me why. Today I'm going to have nightmares for real. Today I'm going to have some serious nightmares. But let me gather my football IQ for the next stream because we need to look at the type of goals and the number of goals. We need to do something. But tell me, guys, maybe we can do even the goals comparisons, because Lamine Yamal is getting rated right now. There's a lot to talk about. Game of Fortune too. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye. Let me just run away. Let me run away. It's fine. I hope I will meet you guys soon. I really hope I meet you guys.